Good morning, students. Welcome back to your English lessons. It's been a while, hasn't it? I hope all of you are doing well and are safe, and so are your families. Now, let's get let's get back into our chapters. This is the fourth poem from your Honeycomb textbook called Chivvy. Now, before we start the poem, let's read the text given. Ask yourself as well as your partner. A little tough to do now, considering you're all at home. But still, let's look into the question. Do you like to be always told what to do or not to do? Do grown ups do this in your experience? So it asks a question to all of you that whether you like always being told what you should do and what you shouldn't by grown ups. And do they usually do this in your experience? When Michael was 5 years old, his mother took him to a nearby school for admission. The teacher asked, "What does your mother call you at home, child?" "Michael, don't," came the confident reply. See, this is an anecdote about a child who is so used to his mother telling him not to do things that he jokingly says that his mother calls him Michael, don't at home, which is the prefix for all instructions he tells him not to execute. Note: to chivvy is to nag, to continuously urge someone to do something, often in an annoying way, according to the dictionary. Now, let's read the poem. Grown ups say things like, speak up, don't talk with your mouth full, don't stare, don't point, don't pick your nose. So, the first stanza begins with some common things most grown ups will tell children in order to keep them, disciplined or behaving in the way they think they should. But which is also contrary to some other things they say. Like first they say speak up, then they say don't talk with your mouth full, don't stare, don't point, don't pick your nose. Which are all like basic habits, but I think after a point children get tired of hearing the same thing again and again, and that forces them to, or that propels them to rebel against those instructions. Now, the second stanza. Sit up. Say please. Less noise. Shut the door behind you. Don't drag your feet. Haven't you got a hanky? Take your hands out of your pockets. So, second stanza again continues along the same lines as the first, highlighting some common statements made by adults towards children, like sit up straight, say please when you're asking for anything, don't make as much noise as you do, always shut the door behind you when you walk into a room, don't drag your feet when you walk, they make a very unpleasant noise. Haven't you got a hanky when you're sneezing? It's very bad habits to sneeze without a hanky, and also dangerous in these times. And take your hands out of your pockets. That's not a dignified way to stand or walk. Pull your socks up. Stand up straight. Say thank you. Don't interrupt. No one thinks you're funny. Take your elbows off the table. And again, the second last stanza just sort of brings the group of statements to a close. Pull your socks up. They shouldn't be hanging at your ankles. Stand up straight. Bad posture is not good. Say thank you whenever someone does something for you or gives it to you. Don't interrupt when somebody else is speaking. No one thinks you're funny. Those jokes are just ill natured. Take your elbows off the table. That's bad table manners. Can't you make your mind? Can't you make your own mind, up about anything? Asks the author or the poet. A simple question at the end. So that was the entire poem. I would say the crux or like the main message behind the poem is just to highlight how much grown ups interfere in children's lives and how they are always telling them what to do and how it can get frustrating for a child who is being told what to do and how to do whatever he or she wishes to do at every step of his life or her life, and they don't have the freedom to do anything the way they want to try out new things, to learn, to experience new things, and that causes a lot of frustration and anger towards grown-ups in children. Hence the final question: can't you make your own mind up about anything? The poet is Michael Rosen. You can read more about Michael Rosen at the link will be provided in the description of this video. And that brings our poem to a close. I hope you all understood, and I'll meet you again in the next class.